Welcome to the second episode of season 2 of The Carry Unplugged. Today's guest is someone who is renowned for his musical prowess across the Virgin Islands, regionally and internationally. He's a father, he's a son, a brother, and even a mentor to many. Please help me in welcoming Brent Hoyte.
Listen up, yeah, we under attack, and the devil lay holding back, but he time running out. Tap for real, the Jesus.
So Brent, how you doing?
Cool, man. Can't complain, man.
I feel you. So before we get into any other questions,
Yeah.
for the people who may not know you, or for the people who think they know you,
Yeah.
who is Brent Hoyte?
Brent Hoyte. It's a 22-year-old. Part of two beautiful girls. Christian. Man. A regular old person like everybody else, man.
Yeah,
Regular
man,
person.
you old man. You're approaching unk status, but you're young still, man. You're young. A lot of us know you for your musical prowess, locally, regionally, internationally. What would you say drew you to music, and why you're still doing it now?
Why am I still doing music right now?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just love music. You know what I mean? Music is my bread and butter. That's what I do for a living. Is my go-to when I going through a lot. You know what I mean? Is my everything. So for me, I do music just for my therapy and just to bless other people too. And I mean, it's just my livelihood. You know what I mean? That's why I do it still now. Yeah.
Like who would you say was like your biggest music influences in the BVI growing up?
Biggest influences? That's a good question. I would say I got a whole list. So
Got you.
I got Alton Borty.
Definitely.
Mr. Borty. I used to watch Mr. Borty when I was younger. Used to be in awe of him, you know what I mean? In terms of just how he just used to play each instrument, the bass, the saxophone, the piano, come out Georges,
Definitely,
next beats again all together, you know what I mean? All these guys, Andrew Bradwitt, Mr. Lincoln Ward, Deon Williams, Dylan Vanderpool, Ian Nathaniel, Glennis Rapset, she was one of my first teachers as well. Mrs. Harrigan from the Harrigan School of Music. I mean, I had so much influences. Tricia Phillips, Darren Vanderpool. It got so much names I can go through right now that up to this very day that they still inspire me with music. To be honest,
did any of them like teach you personally?
Yeah, Glennis Rapsat. She spent a lot of resources, you know what I mean, and just like donate and just put into me in terms of like videos, tutorials, come out Georges, spend enough time, so I've bought enough time. I mean, time is something you can't really get back. You know
True,
what I mean?
That's
so
true.
I'd always value that because you just can't get it back. So for me, I personally, I still got Tangum, you know what I mean? Whatever platform I go on, the carries, what the name?
The Carry Unplugged.
The carries unplug. I got to make sure. You know what I mean? They know exactly what's going on.
I feel
so that's for me. That's me personally.
Okay. Growing up in the church, would you say that is a big factor as to where you steered in the gospel music direction?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, both my parents are pastors. And people don't understand, but both my parents play the instruments as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Both my parents play all the instruments. My father play all the instruments except the saxophone. But
do you also play all instruments?
Yeah, I play all the instruments. The ones I could get my hands on, I could play them, you know, for some strange reason. But like, definitely. I tell you, I'm a pastor's kid. So my parents literally had a church, so it was like you had your own practice room in a sense. Okay. So when everybody was playing basketball or state court, I literally inside the church hung in the bass and the drums and the piano and what's not. But yeah, in terms of gospel music, my parents had a big influence on me. But then, you know, like when you're young, you to be wailing, you know what I mean? You don't really be. You just go in church because your parents say you're going to church and what's not, you know what I mean? They still be wailing. So only when I, you know what I mean, probably when I to guy like age 14, you know what I mean, settled down, but I was still wailing though. You know still wailing.
Yeah.
Then, fast forward, you know what I mean, I realized my brain, you got settled down, you gotta really, you know what I mean, put your foot forward, you know what I mean, with this here. Because God was doing so much really good things in my life, so I had to take a stance and be like, you know what I mean,
definitely.
You know what I mean, rep God, you know what I mean?
Yeah. you have produced multiple songs, multiple albums,
lots.
worked with probably everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of all those collaborations that you do, or even a personal project, what project do you think speaks the most to you and why?
To me, honestly, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm gonna say Gabrielle, my sister. I'm gonna say Gabrielle. I do a project for her. Gabrielle Linnea. I did her first project, and for me, why it meant so much to me because obviously we came from the same stomach. You know what I mean? We came from the same stomach, same vagina, everything.
Yeah.
So the whole to give you the quick story, Gabrielle. Gabrielle used to always pressure me to do tracks at home. But like, you know, you my sister, you don't go nowhere. Or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bad talking
sister, you know what I mean? So when she actually came to the studio, she like, you know what? I'm gonna spend my money then for you to do this here. Because obviously it's a job now. Me in the studio now. She came to the job, she come to Jugu, she tell Jugu, I'm gonna do this album. Hey, did I see Gabrielle walking in the studio and I literally had to force to do whole stuff. You know what I mean? And then when we actually did it now, it was actually like really good stuff. You know what I mean? So for me, I personally, that's always like an eye opener for me. Like, you know what I mean? Don't ever watch who you think might not be it. You know what I mean? Or who, just because you probably know them off on a social level or a very intimate level or close level. Don't think that, you know what I mean, they can offer nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why, even like with Gabrielle, it always make my approach with anybody, whoever want to work with me, I gonna work with it, you know what I mean?
Got you. I used to fight that lot?
Oh, of course. Choke off, snap up, you know what I mean? Back then we had like, what you call it thing there? Landline.
Wait, like the cable?
Yeah, the cable. So when she's on the phone, and she talking to her girlfriend there, and she get on the phone, and because I can stupidness, talk with that kid, all kind of nonsense we used to do, you know what I mean? But that's a childhood, man. You gotta have a childhood.
I feel you. I definitely feel you on that one. You lead Homegrown Music Academy, correct?
Yeah, facts.
The biggest music school in the British Virgin Islands.
Thank God for that, man. Every day.
How does it feel to, usher this new generation of musicians for the BVA?
Man, the carry is a blessing. I ain't gonna say like it's a blessing.
Cause you taught me too.
That's crazy.
You teach me too.
I getting old. That's crazy. That's what tell me. I getting old. But it's just like it's a humbling feeling because as I said earlier, those guys like Alton Body come out, Georges, Mr. Bradwitt, Dion Williams, Mr. Watt, Mrs. Borg, Alison Archer, all of those guys, Brent Powell. I mean, all those guys. When you see the impact they had on me. You know what I mean, growing up, and I know I wanted that same feeling to be implemented to other musicians under me. You know what I mean? Especially when Oma came, he destroyed the band room. That chose because the band room hosts so many household name musicians in the BVA. You know what I mean? And then when it was destroyed, they opposed to CTL. They tried to post CTL, but it wasn't the same kind of vibe. Yeah. So I said, you know what? I gonna go on my own. Panel with Jugu definitely came through a lot. Gave me a spot. We just house a bunch of musicians for the up and coming musicians. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a humbling feeling, and I thank God each and every day.
Yeah, I feel
you know what I mean? Each and
definitely.
Every day, man.
But I appreciate you. Like, you teach me what bass, drum, piano.
Yeah.
Everything. You wear many hats. You wear the hat of a mentor, a father, a teacher, producer. But like you wear so many different hats. How is it? Do you how do you balance all of that?
To be honest, I'm gonna be very honest. I still learning to balance it out because sometimes based on who you are, you know what I mean, people talk on you for a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And then sometimes some people might just gotta get no, you know what I mean? And so for me personally, I don't like to tell people no. But I realize I gotta tell people no, just because that's what it is, you know what I mean? And then when you tell people no, sometimes some people just don't understand the reason why, you know what I mean? Because you want to put your best foot forward, but you can't do it because you just you just got so much going on, you know what I mean? But for me, in terms of balancing time, once my body okay, I good. You know what I mean? I like to walk. I like to be busy. I like to do a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? I just don't like to stay one place and do nothing. You know what I mean? Even if I go for vacation, I be like, bye, you could be like, bye, we gotta go on vacation, no, bye, we gotta go on vacation.
Yeah.
After the one day or the second day, after the first day or the second day, I don't want to go back home. I don't want to go back home and do
Yeah,
something.
you wanna mash up.
Yeah, I feel like I ain't doing nothing. I feel like I don't like that feeling. So I always want to be doing something, or you know what I mean, in the mix of the acts that God give me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that because like even sometimes for me it's like when I doing videos for people, I'm like, yeah, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But like, I don't really have time for myself, and I'm like, I gotta tell somebody no.
Yeah, because and
it don't feel good, you know what I mean?
It don't feel good. It don't feel good. But I can tell you this here though, while long, the carry when you go, you're gone, you know.
True.
There's only one you know.
True.
And I mean, people go mourn and people going, you know what I mean? But afterwards, the life is still going on. That's the harsh reality.
And people try their hardest to make everything about or like try to make everything out of life, which you should do.
Yeah.
But like I'm slowly starting to realize that there's more to life than just living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts, big facts.
Because it's like you die.
Yeah, facts.
Within a week. Them people hungry. Them matter of fact, at your funeral, the afternoon, the man busting on a plate of food.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And life goes on. Yeah, people gonna be sad,
your
but
memory, facts. Your memory.
Life has to go on. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I want to speak on this topic because I personally like to argue against it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the older folks in the BVI or the older generation, like they like to say, yeah, man, I'm young boy like Brent and thing bringing in devil in a church and all this nonsense. I'm like, like what you have to say about that?
Me personally, man, I realize people genuinely don't like change. First of all, people genuinely do not like change, and I go and test this here. I mean, like, if somebody move around the furniture, for some reason women just like to move around furniture. I don't know why. I always want to move around furniture. I'm like, yo, what you doing that for? Like, we just leave it one place, you know what I mean? You not move around the furniture, but you just love to move around furniture. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I sense to say, even I don't like change. You know what I mean? And for gospel music, a lot of people don't know what gospel music really is. And I tell people this all the time: don't get into religious stuff, and don't get into emotion or opinionated stuff, because some people would bring in their own conviction and put it on you. You know what I mean?
That is true.
I mean, a lot of people would say, that kind of music there is not of God, right? And then I was asking them, okay, why is gospel music? Why is gospel music? They just don't know how to explain it. I mean, they don't know how to explain it. And I tell them the gospel is and music is two words. It's a compound word. Gospel is the good news of Jesus Christ. Music is an organized song. You put the two together, you have the good news of Jesus Christ in an organized song. And people don't understand this. This is, I mean, like, when people talk like saying devil music, this has been going on for years. You know what I mean? When back in the day, when the Gregorian chant, when they used to sing, oh, everything was mono. Mono. It wasn't more than no harmonies at all. It was one mono. So now when harmonies came in, this, you know what they said? They said that's of the devil. Harmonies were of the devil. And then fast forward now, we came into the 24th century where blues and country came into the church and what's not. Like, oh my God, where are you going with this devil music? How dare you put this devil music in church? The same songs that we sing right now in the church right now that is like it's normal, common and basic. Used to be deemed on. They used to say it's devil music. They used to say it's harsh reggae. They used to say, oh my God, where you going? Where's reggae going in the church? That's for Haile Selassie. How dare you bring gospel music into the church? All these different things they would say. And then for me now, whenever somebody's starting something, right? Whenever somebody's starting something or something's new coming into church, you're gonna expect some sort of backlash. Guys, when let's take it back from music now. Let's talk about the way we dress. It was a crime for a woman to wear her pants in church.
What do you say? She couldn't show her knees.
She couldn't show her knees at all. She had to be covered up. She couldn't wear no jewelry in her hair. She couldn't wear no watches, not even her wedding rings in church. Guys, all of these different things, you know what I mean? Like the different aspects besides music. People generally do not like change. Boys couldn't wear plaits. Boys couldn't wear locks.
Couldn't have dreads.
Couldn't have nothing. And then when people know they're trying to bring scripture, the scripture that they bring is always out of context.
Literally.
It's always out of context. They're always out of context. They never come proper and direct, and they never read it in the context that they come with in its entire format, in context. They always come with this one scripture here and try to justify how they feel. You know
but I feel like that it goes hand in hand with like saying that Christian people is the most judgmental people.
Of course.
Like they
of
claim
course.
to come as you are and they won't judge you, but at
No.
the same time, that man is judging you the most.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean? Like I had a time a partner come in church at time. I would say he was more of like okay, let me call him. He was homeless. He was a
Okay.
homeless guy, right?
Yeah.
He came at church, everybody watching. He like, oh, what he going to sit on there for? What he doing this? And then they wonder why people not coming to the church. They wonder why young people not engaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you talking on the very people that you want to come and saying we don't judge you,
Yeah.
what you expect gonna happen?
Man, I've seen so much things. I've seen people call me the devil, the carry.
Wow.
I've seen people say, yo, you're going to hell, you and your whole band going to hell, everything that you do ain't gonna touch, ain't gonna flourish. I've seen those people come to me, the carry. This is why I know God got sense of humor, you know. These people come to me and ask me, yo, when your next song coming out, man, my son just love you. Because guess what, you know? It might didn't touch you, you know.
But you gonna touch somebody
It
near
might touch
you.
somebody else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you realize, wait, if my son who's a rebel asking for this kind of music, this kind of gospel music to play in the
Yeah.
house, he always smoking, he always doing this that he want. Oh, wait, something got to be right. Something got to be going on. Something got to be going on properly, you know what I mean? Or what's not? And that to me, that'll always be like a life changer for me. You know what I mean? Like I open up for me.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like it always be like, yo, Brent, you're on the right path. Don't let nobody discourage you or nobody get you or infiltrate your head with nonsense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep God first, and let God for your battles. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So when I see stuff like that there, I just let it go because the carry for some reason the inner clung in me. I don't want to clung these people.
You don't want clung.
I don't want clung them. I don't want
Yeah.
clung them. You know what I mean? But then if I clung them too much and too hard, they're gonna say, "By Brent
do this, Brent do
yeah,
that."
Brent do that," and then a bad representation of how
Yeah.
they see Christ. I'd be like, "You know what, Brent? Let God fight your battles. The battle ain't yours, Brent."
I definitely feel you, but like overall, I feel like the reason people call it, or people be like, oh, that's devil music or the
Yeah.
cases, is because probably it was like for instance like Bram.
Uh-huh.
Bram was used for like jam, juvie and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
facts.
But then now you taking it and then you changing it to make it acceptable for the church.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
of the connotation that it was like originally in, people is like, oh yeah, that's for the devil. But they ain't really understanding the lyrics. And I like how you break it down. You was like, music is an organized song
Facts.
and gospel is
Good news
the
of Jesus Christ. The good news
exactly
of Jesus Christ.
exactly. So now you combine both of them and then you have a finished product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it be jazz, reggae, you know what I mean?
All these different genres. I mean, like, man, if I gotta go through each thing there, we could be here all day. You know what I mean? Even like when Calypso, when we put the tambourine and all those stuff, those instruments come in the church. Once upon a time, the carry, believe it or not, everybody deemed that as devil music. What are you bringing this low tambourine cymbals? Oh my God! The Bible says use cymbals, with a string instrument, praising with the timbaling
Yep.
songs. All these. That's what the Bible says. The Bible always says sing a new song. The Bible always says worship Him in spirit and in truth.
And truth, yep.
But
Nah, you preaching the word, man.
I
You're
mean,
preaching
they
the
don't get it,
word.
they don't get it, you know what I mean?
I feel
All
you.
I gonna say is this: just get out your feelings, get out your flesh. If you feel like something, go to God and pray. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you this, no. Everything again is art opinionated. Everything is based off of art. Like
That's
whatever
true,
you do
yeah.
is art. In every art I see, I gonna like. In every painting I see, I gonna like. Like I never get Jugu bring this painting in the abstract painting. Jugu like, yo, this ain't hard. And yo, Jugu.
Yo,
That
this
like
is-
nonsense to me. I don't want. It look like somebody just platted that shit, the whole thing. You know, like it look like nothing to me. You know what I mean? And he love it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I respect you saying like, yo, I don't like this kind of farmer music. I don't like this kind of. You know what I mean? Of course, you have your own opinion, but don't say no. It is wrong.
True.
You know what I mean? Don't
Because
say it's wrong.
they themselves don't even know what's right.
Facts.
But yet they demon you.
Facts.
Oh
facts,
my gosh,
facts,
man.
facts,
Come
facts,
on, come on.
Facts.
Like,
facts.
man, all I gotta say, like, as a Christian, people, like, we need to be different.
Yeah,
Because, like,
facts.
this is where the young people don't engage, you know what I mean? Like back then when I was growing up, when I was in primary school, like, everybody used to be like, yeah.
Yeah.
But then now it's like everybody going jam juve, whatever the case is, and nobody in the church. It's just old people taking over the church.
Yeah, that's scary.
And
That's very
to even call my pastor, I told my pastor, hey, let's introduce a new song. It's a youth song. It's a little upbeat. He was like, no, God gonna just use the music that we already singing, and I'm like,
Yo.
yeah, but no.
Yeah. No, I mean, and this is what you gotta understand. You know, music is a generational thing. Understand? your grandmother is not gonna like your kind of music.
True.
You're not gonna like your grandmother music. Cause music is different. Is differential. It's just like it's just an art. I like when you dress. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna dress like your grandmother back in or your grandfather back in the day. You're not gonna do that because that's back in the day.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You gotta adjust with the times. Same way, your grandmother not gonna be like, yo, I can't wear them kind of clothes what them girl wearing because that ain't my style. You know what I mean? Everything is a style and you gotta get with the time. That's what it is.
Have you ever faced any like massive amount of doubt, like personally with yourself throughout your career?
Doubt.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I've never faced no doubt, man. Honestly, I mean, I live my life based off of God. You know what I mean? I personally believe when God gives you something, remember everybody ain't gonna understand the gift that God gives you. Everybody gonna understand the vision that God give you.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. And ain't everybody could see that. For example, your podcast. Everybody, yo, when you doing with that podcast, boy? Yo, sit down.
Now, that's
you know what I mean?
Look, like when I start off with a videography filmmaking, everybody like, yo, what you doing? You looking like a clown. Tutus, no, I so and so. Oh my gosh, you could do a video for me. Like,
yeah, and it just bring me to the point. When you understand this from Orly, I promise you, right? You cannot please everybody. That's just how it is. You can't please people. People are one of the hardest thing to please. You cannot please people. So if you're doing this to please people, man, you'll be all over the place. You'll be jumping up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm gonna tell you this: though, who's for you? It's for you. That's just what it is. Who's for you? For you. They going God give you God give everybody like something or give everybody something. You know what I mean? And your gifts ain't for you. It's for other people. And then people gonna jump on to whoever you give off, you know, because they gonna, if once it's God given, they gonna be like, yo, hey, I like this. Me care what you say, but it's good, you know what? I love what this man doing. I gonna support this man there. You just gotta say, you just can't please everybody. Once you're from Orly, you're good. I promise you, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good.
Before we go into the closing questions, right, let me ask you.
Yeah.
What do you think makes or separates Virgin Islands music from the rest of the Caribbean and the rest of the world?
All music is the best. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, I will beg to differ.
Yeah, he actually.
We have a discussion. Don't worry. But I mean, like, I feel I went through so much genres, right? And I'm not trying to be biased on anything there. I love Trinidad music. I love reggae. I love calypso. I love all these other different versions of soca. I love all of them. The booyah and everything.
Yeah.
But you see how VI rhythm or like the VI music? Oh man, yo. Is a different kind of drive. It's just
I feel you.
It's just energy. It feels like, yo, it doesn't make you want to go crazy. You know what I mean?
I catch what you're saying.
I love, don't get me wrong, Trinidad. I love Trinidad music. Trinidad music is amazing. You know what I mean? And I know Trinidadians will kill me. They'll be like, yo, bro, I promise you, Virgin Islands music is not it. And I'm cool. But when you talking about Virgin Islands music,
It's different. It really different.
It a hit, man.
Yeah, like especially if like even for the song check, man. I would just be there, stand up in front of the speakers. It just like you know what I'm saying.
It's different.
Like you just be cool and your head just start randomly bopping. You know what I mean?
I feel like Virgin Islands got the most. I want to be very careful because we have Trinidadians in the building, but but I just feel like Virgin Islands music is like the best. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, you know. I mean, my people say it's noisy and you know what I mean, or what's not. But once it's controlled in the right environment, man, it is
most
the
definitely
best. I just
most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Most
I love all.
Do you feel like music is okay? Let me ask this question correctly. Do you feel like the music aspect of our culture is fading away?
Yeah.
I like that answer.
Yeah. And that's why even though I love all Virgin Islands music in the same breath, say one, say two, the musicality of it is kind of straying away. You know what I mean? I mean, when you hear all the younger bands right now, love all the younger bands, by the way, they're doing a really good job. But
definitely.
In terms of the musicality, that's like the progressions is very basic. There's no sort of like diversity with the chords, you know.
It's honestly the same rhythm like that game played over and over and over.
There's not much melodic stuff happening and what's not. So it could sound very redundant.
And you do hear that with the different audiences. Everybody be like, oh, that band sound the same as this band. Where am I going to?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And it's no hate to them. It's just that what's actually happening. You know what I mean? Like you're just hearing bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and there's like, I mean, like I tell people this all the time, man. Like melodies will always stick more than just a rhythmic pattern. You know what I mean? Like something melodic will always just be more.
And I think that's why Blind is in the USVA actually captures like their listeners in a different aspect, because when you hear Blind is or even Shout, even Vibe, like they really like put their soul into the music.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like most bands in it just for the fame or for the money or whatever the case is.
I mean, they have musicians, you know what I mean, and that's what I try to do as well. I tell everybody, like especially all my musicians, you could tell, say, you gotta learn to read your music first.
Learn your theory.
You gotta learn your theory. You gotta learn the actual chords what you're dealing with and know how to apply them. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And that's just something that's really missing in the Virgin Islands. That on my part, I try to do my best with what I could do, and then with the people who I have under me or what's not, the sellers, hey, let's make it more musical. Let's try and add more chords. Let's try to make it more musical. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got 3 more short questions for you. One of them being, what's one lesson that you have learned in music that can also apply to life?
It's okay to start over. It's okay to start over. That's one of the biggest. I think God got a sense of humor, you know. I mean, like in life, you could start over. You know what I mean? Some of the best productions, man, you ever done or ever. Like we lost files, or we couldn't find stuff, and in that moment, you cuss yourself up, you beat yourself up bad, and then you'd be like, how in the world I let this happen? You know what I mean? But then you'd be surprised that it actually turns out better than what you actually had before. Sometimes not though. But sometimes, majority of the time, like, you know what I mean, you get a better something overall.
Gotcha.
So for me, the lesson for those two, I mean, like, you start over. You know what I mean? Nothing is wrong with starting over.
Got you.
Nothing is wrong with starting over.
I mean, this next question is a topic that you known for across the internet. I'm pretty sure you know. I'm pretty sure you know where you're going with this. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure, but
you're not sure. You're not sure. Okay. Across the different islands, the Virgin Islands, from since the dawn of time, there's this, pastry that has been created.
Pastry, okay.
But
I like pastries.
Like pastries?
I love pastries.
By the name of tart,
Oh, I love tarts. I love
you love tarts. You love tarts. So
love
yeah.
So I love tarts.
There have been different combinations: kiwi, mango, guava, coconut, guava, pineapple.
Yeah, those are real tarts.
So
kiwi's not real tart.
Kiwi not real tart.
No, it's a pastry for somebody who don't have taste, but I mean, it's definitely not a tart. I can tell you that.
So,
tell me.
Out of every tart combination, every tart that has ever graced mankind, graced these islands, what is the best tart?
Well, that's an easy question to carry.
Coconut, right? Yeah.
You got to see, man.
What is this some sort of sick joke? What the cameras? What?
I mean, the camera's right there.
Yeah, but that's. Are you serious?
Coconut tart is indisputably the greatest tart to have
the
ever.
fact that you were stuttering this like that, they clearly shows me that you have something in your throat right now, in the form of coconut tart.
And matter of fact, I had a piece of coconut tart yesterday.
That makes sense because it's still stuck in your throat.
Oh, it's still lodged.
Yeah,
it's still lodged.
Because it's still stuck right there.
No, but I always say that, and I've been saying this, right? The best coconut tart is the best tart, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes people can't make tart, and you know what I mean, it'll be inconsistent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's just what it is. That tart is one of the most inconsistent tarts ever to be made in the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
Yo, let me tell you something, right? This
Okay,
is the whole conversation, right?
Go to.
I have taste. I come from a family that can make tart.
Okay.
Like some of the best tart makers ever.
Got you.
A beast.
Got you.
Understand? Coconut tart is amazing. It's amazing tart, right?
Oh, because coconut tart.
It's amazing. It's an amazing tart.
Wow. This is revolutionary.
Can you believe me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm lying on national TV. Right? So I'm telling you, let's say, right, when it comes to pineapple now, you can make the best coconut tart, the best guava, the best pineapple.
Coconut going to win.
Coconut's not going to win. is not going to win. A pineapple tart has way more texture. That's why I show you.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Now pineapple tart good or no? Me ain't gonna lie. Pineapple
Guys,
tart
coconut
decent.
tart, pineapple tart, guava berry tart, and
Guava berry, hell man.
guava berry,
Chill out, chill out, chill
pineapple,
out.
and guava. Guys, only people with great palates.
Oh, only people with great palates.
With great palates.
Okay,
Coconut
got
is
you.
very basic. That's why you always see coconut in
And
every...
you have to appreciate the simple things in life.
You're right. You said it best. It's simple.
It's simple, and that's what
Simply
makes
boring.
it great.
What? Simply great? That doesn't make any sense.
Yo.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this here.
Okay.
Just done the whole conversation.
Okay,
You know
okay.
what I mean? Everybody has great taste in what they like. You know what I mean?
And that's true.
And just because everybody likes something more, for example, you know what I mean? Like the more the population looks coconut tart. That doesn't mean it's
That's true.
it's
Because it's opinionated. It
You know what I
really
mean?
is.
It had one time, I don't want to bring politics involved, but it had one time, one of those parties went in that everybody voted for. I mean, what they know? You know what I mean? I said this to say no.
Nah, that one there was.
I said this to say, like, I mean, I don't, just because you have more numbers, that don't necessarily mean it's right. You know what I mean?
Nah, that is true. That
You know
is
what I mean?
true.
It just mean that y'all probably don't brush enough. You know what I mean? Or y'all still need to get that tongue sawed out. You know what I mean? But that's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? More don't always mean better. You know what I mean? And
No, that is true. That is true, and I definitely do concur. But
glad you came to your senses, boy.
oh no,
About-
I still reckon.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
look. So Brent,
so
Brent, let me ask you, right?
Tell me.
If I say I had a coconut tart for you right now,
uh-huh.
would you eat the coconut tart?
I eat it just because I respect you.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I don't got coconut tart for you. I just want to see. You know what
I
I
would
mean?
eat it. You know what I mean? When you're gone, throw that away though. But I mean, for sure, I just threw it. You know what I mean? Make conversation and then throw that away. You know, let's be honest. I don't waste my calories no more. Man.
Oh, you don't waste the calories. Oh,
I never
okay,
waste
okay.
my calories on a coconut tart at all. Wow, never.
You heard it here first, girls. Coconut tart is the best tart.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
So, Brent, last
Not.
question.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
For the
It's not.
young people of the Virgin Islands, whether they want to do music, filmmaking, content creation, whatever they want to do,
Yeah.
give them just a little piece of advice in regards to them being consistent and in regards to them following what they love.
That's a good question. You know, people normally would say they need to have this amount of mics, this amount of cameras, this amount of people for all these things to actually be in the place in the world, right? The way how the world is set up right now, whatever you have can work.
True.
It might not be to the scale that you would want it to be, because I'm pretty sure y'all would probably want a super big, more
eventually.
lights and more.
Eventually.
Yeah, and that requires money and what's
Yeah,
not.
definitely.
But use what you have. Yeah, you have great engineers here. You have a great mind. Use what God gave you, and then build off of that.
True.
And then you know what I mean. Just don't stop. And then I promise you, right? I promise you, whatever you do in life, you can't get worse. You'll get better. Once you keep doing it over and over, you cannot get worse. You only go get better and better and better and better and better.
Yeah, I feel
You know
you.
what I mean?
Like even for this podcast, I started this podcast with a phone.
I remember.
A phone and a clip on, mate.
I remember when we started
No,
off. I remember.
man, get professional cameras.
Yeah. You got, you know what I mean?
You got to.
You got treat man there with the music.
Shout out to Emmanuel behind the
One time,
camera,
Emmanuel,
man.
big up, man.
But Brent, man, I appreciate you for coming on the Carry Unplug, you know,
Yeah, man.
sharing, you know, the knowledge, and basically a little, what do they call it, the little?
I don't know, you tell me.
I forget what I'm thinking of. But just telling us about your life and how you got to the point that you at right now.
Yeah, man.
And especially saying coconut tart is the best. I really
I
appreciate
never
you.
did say that. You go actually check the footage. I did.
Yeah,
I never
he
said that.
did.
But I tell everybody this before we go. I mean, thank you for having me on the #1 podcast. You know what I mean? The Carries Unplugged. You know what I mean? It's a privilege and an honor to definitely be here in this space. I love what you're doing.
Appreciate you, man.
We know for sure that tat, and I'll even mention that whole coconut tat there. But I love the whole thing. I love what you're doing. I love the vibe. I love everything. The confidence. I just love everything that y'all dealing with right now. I look forward for bigger and better things. And when I'm in the first mill, you know what I mean? No,
Yeah, man, and get a little piece,
you know,
man.
there's
Get a little
something
piece.
there, you know.
A little something.
75,000, you know, you know what it is.
A little something, man. Appreciate you, man.
And blessings, bro. Always,
I'll
man.
check y'all in the next episode of the Carry Unplugged.
Blessings.